He created from his soul. He created art that had... Grade A certified humane USDA organic. So, one of the biggest things in the creative process is music. Hey Freddie, it's so great to meet you. Awesome. No, please join us if you would like. I would love for you to join us. Emily, hey Emily, great to meet you, Emily. So we got Emily and Freddie here. So these broccoli sprouts, the superfood. Tofurkey. My mom found this painting I did when I was like 4 or 5. And it's very Basquiat. It was like Stoven, but it was like, it's so funny. It's like,
Basquiat an artist?
Yeah. Basquiat is Jean-Michel Basquiat. Jean-Michel Basquiat, however you want to say it. People say it different ways, but he was an African-American artist in the 80s. He's probably my favorite artist. I am so obsessed with art that I think about it all the time. When I'm not painting, I want to paint. When I paint, I don't want to stop a lot of times. He would paint these like really powerful images about African American culture. Like he wasn't trying to do anything, he was just like painting. We have some jams. So usually really enjoy the electronic dance music. They call it EDM, but it's like my roommates now and my previous roommates, they make really, really cool music. It's super creative.
All I want is
I think I had little moments throughout my younger life where I would put a piece in a show or something, and because I really enjoyed it, and it was like an art show where I could like express something or draw something that I really enjoyed drawing in my own way, and I would just like randomly put it in.
Are you talking about those like in art class where like you need to draw this exactly this way?
Yeah, really didn't like that. I can't even like teach this kid anything, kind of like this feeling of like he's gonna just do his own thing, which I did. But they would try to like show me something, and I was just so over it. I was like, I don't want to learn I just want to I loved art so much.
Yeah.
and I didn't understand about like abstraction and free expression, and just like for so long, but I knew I needed to be there. So I'm just expressing something, you know. It's usually a feeling, certain colors, a time period I'm going through. Usually, like express something, and every once in a while, I'll look at something that I really like a really nice dress, or like really amazing car, or beautiful house, or another painting, something like that, and I can use that as a guide and a reference to like start something. Okay. Come on in. I just need to... Feel free to make yourself at home. Mi casa, su casa. Do you know how to fix toilets? I think tennis is the greatest sport on the planet. It's so much fun. It's you and the other player and your mind. You often lose because you beat yourself. And that really equates a lot to life and with paintings too, but you have to really be so present. It helps you work on your presence. And like if you're thinking about a painting or thinking about a girl or whatever, like you're gonna lose that point probably. You gotta be like right there. So this is my...
Come on anyway.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I've been killing it with the quick comeback.
One day I'll be able to rap.
One day I'll be able to rock. All right.
Yo, I met this guy named Bobo last night. I gave him an Uber ride from Black Mountain to downtown, and he was just talking all the... Is it okay if I talk about this?
Yeah, you're fine. You talk about whatever the hell you want.
Bro, literally this dude, he's a brother, and he was just like, talking real fast and real slurred, and I was like, this guy has to be an artist. No normal person is like talking like this. And I had this feeling that he was a genius in some way. I put on a beat and he starts rapping, dude. This guy, his name was Bobo. And I can't remember, I didn't ask him where he was from, but bro, like literally, I tried to record him and I had the phone plugged up to the car, so I lost all audio of the entire rap. But I'm telling you, this guy was absolutely genius level freestyler. Like he's Kendrick Lamar type. Like he was just flowing and flowing and flowing, and like the things that he was saying had meaning and purpose. I am sometimes aware that my thoughts are not me, but then it seems like that's something I heavily struggle with because my imagination is really strong, and so whenever I have thoughts, sometimes I start to like leech onto them, like you know, whatever it could be. But I'm trying to become more conscious of those thoughts and realize, like, someone taught me this one time. It's like thoughts are kind of like airplanes, and you can decide which one to like land in the... So this is my, I created this really cool glass piece for my friend, and it was this really cool angel. And as you can see, it's no longer an angel. It is.
That's how art is, man.
Somehow I hit it, or it fell off or something, and broke into a lot of pieces. But the interesting thing about this piece is it's broken so many times, and I've had the finished piece for two different times for a period of a while. But both times they broke. And each time I've done it, it's gotten better, so it would just be so cool if we could all get along and work together. It's like, it just seems like all this war and bombing and stuff is so silly. It's like, why do you gotta do all that? Why can't we just have a nice dinner together and talk about space or something? It's like, hey, Charles, you hear about that trip to Mars later this month? Yeah, George, I think I'm going to take the trip. You going? Yeah, I'm taking Susie with me as well. We're going to be gone for 14 years. I don't know. It's just like, there's no reason to like bomb people. It's like, hey, I want your central bank. I think I'm just going to murder your whole country so I can take your central bank. Like, whenever I see myself in, like, a camera or something, I'm like, I don't like the way my hair looks. I don't like the way my face looks. My face looks strange, it's like, it looks like I'm in pain. I'm just like, millions of different things, like, I'm noticing that I don't like. Or, like, maybe my voice, maybe I feel like my voice is too high. I did that one in Paris.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one before.
You've never seen that one? Whoa, dude, that's my masterpiece painting right there. 16 days in Paris, baby. Every once in a while I can get the marketing just right. Like this one I did. I just put it out there, and I think I worked on it on and off for like a year or two. There's something that's trying to be expressed through me, and I just get a feeling when it's done usually. Like, for example, Salvatore Universum, I mean, that's done. Like, there's not a single thing I would change about that. And it's taken me a while to get to this point, but even though I could add to it, I'm trying to learn the art of just like, okay, that's done, and then I can just do something else. But yeah, sometimes it takes a long time because there's a certain cohesion and balance. That's my process anyway. Let's see here. Because when you're trying too hard, it's just not, it doesn't work. But if you just allow it to happen. I think the first painting I sold was in high school when I was a freshman. It was a landscape painting, but it was very abstract. I remember being like not super happy with it. Everyone painted these great realistic paintings, and mine just did not look very realistic. But one of the teachers bought it. She was like, I love that. Like, loved it. I mean, it was like, I don't see how you love this, but awesome. And she's like, I want to buy it. And I was like, okay. She's like, how much do you want for it? I'm like, I don't know. I've never sold a painting. She's like, I'll give you $20. I was like, well, that's not awesome, but I'll take it. Did I tell you about that one? Oh, okay. So literally, bro, like a few of the people were like, I want to see your painting. And I was like, okay. So I showed it to him straight up. And then, dude, the entire street full of people started screaming and yelling and clapping, and they're like, woo, this is awesome, like in French. Like the whole street, I was like, this is just probably the highlight of my whole career.
I feel like
You just take a torch and you put the flame. So imagine this is a flame right here.
Okay.
So you got the flame, and then you get both of the pieces that you desire to connect real close, and you heat up both of them using this flame in the center. And once it's real hot and starting to melt, then you put them together. And once you've created that bond, you then separate it a little bit. And that creates like a really strong bond. I really need to work on my mental health. Because I'm realizing like I've just been wasting too much time like in my head. Whereas like what you're saying, just like actually doing something, progressing. And it's really interesting. There's a lot of different avenues that you can pursue and explore with your consciousness. You know, like sober mind is going to produce a certain type of feel, and then, you know, the intoxicated mind, whether that be through alcohol or something else, produces a different set of... It's just really fascinating. And that's where the magic happens, is the layers. Because you just turn your mind off. Take some deep breaths. Turn your mind off. That's my process anyway. And this is my little water cup. Put my brushes in there. It keeps them living longer if you go ahead and put them in water. Take your brush. Go bloop, 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 bloop. I think that people are extraordinary, but I'm really hard on myself. And I'm trying to learn. I know that loving myself is really important, but that's definitely something I struggle with. I'm super hard on myself. I'm like mean to myself. So I'm trying to learn to like, I mean, every once in a while I'm like, that was pretty cool or something, but I'm usually not very like, I am always just like, that could be a lot better. You could do a lot better. Which I think is good because I'm, you know, critiquing and trying to be better, but I wish I could just be like, you know what, that's okay, you're perfect just the way you are. I'm trying to learn. It's like a north, south, east, west sort of situation. It looks kind of like a compass. And then the E deals with the ethereal regions, like the heavenly realms. And it's at the center because I think if you breathe deeply and meditate, you can find your center, as the yogis say, or whatever. And I think we have a lot more power to be kind and patient and more loving when we can just like calm down and breathe. Morgan! Welcome. How are you?
You're Morgan? Yeah, I'm Freddie. Freddie? I'm
That all I want is spinning round, yeah, yeah, spinning round, yeah, yeah. Found you sitting all alone, looking down your phone. Spinning round, no, yeah, yeah. Found you sitting back.
I wish I had the confidence in myself and my orating abilities like I do with my paintings.
Confidence?
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm constantly down on myself when I hear myself. I'm like, this is so much better. Like I wish I had more confidence in I think that my family is like extremely intelligent. Well, I know that my family is extremely intelligent, and they're just like good at everything. They're incredible at everything. They're so eloquent. They're so kind. They're so intelligent. They can speak really well about like anything. They're just so smart. Sometimes I just feel like I shouldn't compare myself.
You feel like you're in a shadow?
Oh, I mean, I've been able to like create something with this art, but I would really like to be able to have more confidence in the things that I say. I usually paint in here because a lot of times I'll take a nap or like get up while I'm sleeping. I have an idea, or early in the morning, and it's just, you know, I don't have to open my door and walk around the house and bother my roommates. That way I can just get going. And it's real cozy in here, super comfortable, so I feel very relaxed and just like in a good space to chill and make that art, though. This is a masterpiece comforter I'm working on. I think, other than that one, none of these were intentional, I don't think. Yeah, I just got paint on me and I was like, I think this was like the first mark, it was green. And then I was like, oh, well, I should probably make something out of it now instead of it just being like a swipe of green and then try to do some kind of interesting form. Make sure that you save your money in case your car breaks. I need to learn to save. Saving is good. Saving and investing. Try to put back as much as you can because things happen sometimes and then it's stressful. But if you can have the discipline to save, I think that really, really, really helps. And you feel less stressed out. It's just little things. 16, why you get paint on everything?
I'll leave my mark.
They're slowly starting to realize that I just am going to get paint on everything. Leaving my mark. Who is it? Walt Disney would paint on his dad's barn and stuff like that, and he'd get in trouble. I wanted to play tennis in the beginning because my really good friends played tennis. And they loved tennis, and I wanted to be like them. They were wealthy, and they had their lives together, and I just wanted to be like them. A lot of people that come to Asheville, like they love art, and they need a ride. So it's like a great opportunity since I'm not represented by any galleries right now. I just kind of represent myself, and it's better than not trying. Like right now, I am just as sober as can be, and so I'm just chilling and. I tend to be more colorful in like sober mind is just like water. Water seems to bring out a lot of color. And then you can pray over your water and bless your water. If God is real, then why are people starving and why are people dying from these terrible diseases and stuff like that? If he's all powerful then and all loving, then why doesn't he save these people? They didn't do anything wrong. So there must be no God, or if he is a God, then he's definitely not loving. He definitely doesn't care about us. But I think the thing is God gives us the ability to have free will. My mom gave this to me, and the artist is something like Ingravid Fletcher or something like that. But the artist does these month-to-month pieces, and this is in September, that's when I was born. And there's just something so satisfying about the flowers, the way that they're drawn, the color, and it seems so balanced and very calming to me. The colors make me feel very peaceful. And then there's something about the way that the artist has created movement with the flowers. It's almost like it's alive, but it's very calm. And then, it's just the detail in here. They've done a really great job of drawing these flowers. I've always am impressed with realism because it's so difficult for me. Sometimes you just gotta let it go for a while, work on something else, especially if it's frustrating you. Or I guess I should just talk for myself. If it's frustrating me, I'll just just usually let it go for a while and try to do something else. And then usually you can always come back to it and finish it up. So the process, we want to create balance, we want to create cohesion.
When will they learn? You gotta love what you got. Niggas want more than they earn. Picking the locks, only one way to the top. I've been enjoying my turn. When will they learn? It's all about what you flip. It ain't about what you earn. Taking the steps, ain't no shortcut to the top. I've been enjoying my turn. When they gon' learn? You gotta love what you got. Niggas want more than they earn. Picking the locks, only one way to the top. I've been enjoying my turn. When they gon' learn? It's all about what you flip. It ain't about what you earn.
It's a blast. It's so much fun. It's just exhilarating. It's my favorite sport. I love it. I love it so much. Like everyone that there's a certain type of person that usually plays tennis. And the person that plays tennis usually has a high regard for nobility. Not always, but it just seems like a certain type of person likes to play tennis. And you can always learn so much from these people that play. You know, you got doctors, lawyers, just normal everyday people, but there's something that draws, like there's a certain vibe that seems to draw certain people into tennis, and like I've always learned something from everyone that I've played. And talk with an experienced tennis player and really gauge what kind of game you're trying to play, you know? And you can feel where they're at in their life, and you can try to figure out, like, you know, they're just having a tough day or they're just really ready to go. You can feel that and conversate and be like, you know, how you feeling? Like, you trying to really get down or you just trying to volley? Like,
so the point is as artists, we gotta charge like way more and be like in the presence of Putin. Be like, dog, you wanna hear me DJ? That's right. I'll DJ for you. 250,000. 250,000.
10, 13, 16. And at the bottom, it says red. The font's kind of hard to read. But anyway, it's the type of flower. And I just love that. I mean, this is just probably my favorite piece of art ever.
Rebel soul child got a fist balled. I'm a respawn of ancestors and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares.
It helps me feel a lot better. Like, I already feel like 90% better and more rejuvenated just from painting for these like 5 minutes. I feel very calm. I feel very peaceful. I mean, this is good. It's basically therapy. I just needed to talk about it. Like, I think I don't take as good care of myself as I could because I'm exhausted. I procrastinate on work and then I don't get enough sleep or I don't eat well enough, and that messes with my thoughts. I'm like emotionally messed up because I don't get proper rest and stuff, and then that makes me feel less confident about myself or my abilities. Or it's just like I wish I could be more successful. You know, there's like a lot of things. Like, well, I mean, this is great talking about it. I feel much better already. But I'm pretty freed up as far as commissions go if anyone needs work. And, you know, stay blessed, stay healthy, and take good care of yourself. Tell everyone that you love them. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Take good care of yourself. And just enjoy life. We only have one. Life is good. And I'm grateful for friends like William.
I don't know how the ground feels. I left the city, I've been browsing. Treading water that they drowning. My head on a swivel, yeah. It's only really my surroundings.
I just wish I could talk to these people. Maybe I could talk a little sense into them. It's like, why do you feel like you need more billions of dollars? You already have so much. Can we just all relax and get along? I feel like I could talk some sense into these people. And it'd be like, hey, let's just sit down and paint for a little while. Maybe like the rest of your life so you don't have these evil tendencies to bomb people.